In this video, we're going to talk to you about the church accounting rules that you need to know. There's going to be some invaluable tips and advice for you as a church or charity leaders on what those rules are, how to simplify your charity accounting, and why charity accounting is not as simple as you might think it is. So with me today, I have Finance Director from Good to Give, Catalina. Welcome,
Hello.
Catalina.
Hello, Katrina.
And Catalina is our head of accounting essentially and has over 15 years experience as a finance director and is ACCCA certified. So you are in great hands today. And I'm looking forward to sharing the knowledge that, we're looking forward to sharing a wealth of knowledge on what charity accounting rules you need to know. So Catalina, let's get started. So firstly, why isn't charity accounting as simple as some, churches and charity leaders might think it is?
Well, first of all, charities come in different forms and different shapes, different sizes, and the accounts that you have to do for each type of charity will differ depending on how big the charity is and how it is registered. If it's an ICO, a charitable company, or an unincorporated organization.
Yeah.
But in general, just to simplify things a bit, the accounts of the company are going to be different depending on the level of turnovers. If you're a small charity and you're not a company, then you might be able to keep receipts and payments accounts. And this is the simplest way of keeping accounts. You mainly have to focus on what's going in and out of your bank account. If the charity has an income over £250,000 per year, or is a registered company, it's also registered as a company, then the accountancy that these charities have to do is called accrual accounting.
Okay.
And then you do different things, and you'd be under UK companies law if you're a company, and you have to comply with UK GAAP, the accountancy principles.
Okay.
And then it gets more complicated.
Okay. And even if you are under 250,000 a year in revenue, sometimes it does get a little bit sticky if charities don't actually keep on top of their accounting, isn't it? So if you actually don't, keep on top of it and do things regularly, it can still.
Yes. There's absolutely there are legal requirements of things or reports that each charity must do. So first of all, each charity, they must keep accurate records and submit annual accounts.
Yeah.
Annual accounts that offer a true and fair view of what's happening, what has happened in that charity within the last year. So besides annual accounts, charities also have to prepare and submit trustees reports, an annual return to charity commission. If the income is over £25,000 per year, which most charities are, you'd need an independent examiner's report. And then if the charities are over 1 million, they have over 1 million in turnover, then you might even need to audit the activities of the charity. And most of the charities also have to submit corporation tax returns to HMRC. HMRC would be asking for it if they consider it's relevant.
So what accounting rules should churches and charities be aware of?
So one of the most important rules, charities are required by law to keep accurate accounts. So it doesn't matter how you are registered, it doesn't matter your income. If you are a charity, you must keep accurate accounts.
Yeah.
And every type of charity must submit every year annual accounts, trustees report, confirmation statement if you are a company, and if you are over £25,000, if you have over £25,000 in turnover, you must have an independent reviewer report.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, corporation tax return might have to be submitted to HMRC if HMRC sends you a letter to ask for it.
Okay, great. Great. So this can all sound a little bit complicated and a little bit overwhelming for, church leaders and charity leaders who aren't used to doing this type of activity. So what are some tips to simplify the accounting process that you would give to churches and charities?
I think one of the most important thing would be to schedule a regular time when someone in your charity, maybe one of the trustees or one of the volunteers, would sit down and tidy up the accounts, put everything in order.
Yeah.
So besides making a regular time to do this, another important tip would be keep hold of all the receipts and all the payments that you've made, because the supporting documentation have to be kept for the charity. You'd also need the supporting receipts and invoices to send to your accountant at year end. So if you do this regularly, then by year end, all the supporting documentation will be there, and it's going to be a fairly easy task for your accountant to do the annual accounts and corporation tax, trustees report, and everything else that must be done.
Excellent.
Sorry, I have some additional things to add.
Great, we like that.
If you do receive donations, the majority of the charities receive donation, it's a good idea to make the most of this donation by claiming back gift aid.
Yeah.
So charities in England and Wales, in the UK actually, they can claim 25p for every pound they receive in donation.
Excellent.
So it's great idea to maximize the fundraising that you are doing. Oh, and last but not the least, to get in touch with your accountant early on, so then you don't have to rush at the last moment and miss the deadline and then end up with penalties or additional problems.
Absolutely.
So get in touch with your accountant early on.
Absolutely. Well, the good thing is that here at Good to Give, we simplify the entire process for our clients. So let's talk about this. How does Good to Give, through our accounting service, simplify the accounting process and just make it super easy and simple for those that we work with?
The most important thing is the management system that allows you to upload all the receipts, all the bank payments online, but also you would be sent regular reminders, personalized reminders to help you find that time in your busy schedule to sit down and actually regularly stay on top of the accounts. So a little bit regularly, once per week, once per month, or once per quarter is much better than having to deal with a pile of messed up receipts and bills, and then you try to match them and you don't know what's what.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all these regular reminders should be really useful to help you stay on track of your accounts. But also Good to Give has an allocated person, so you'd be always dealing with the same person. We have a specialized pool of accountants that we use. So we make sure that the accountants are carefully chosen and they are specialists in their respective areas, depending whether you are an ICO or incorporated charity or an unincorporated charity. So we allocate your job to the most suitable person.
Yeah, excellent. And so all those things, from the service delivery manager to the reminders, to us managing the process for you, to the pool of accounting experts, like, why would you do it yourself? Where we do all of that for you, and Catalina heads up that team, and like I said at the beginning, she has over 15 years experience, and I think accounting and finance is something that you really need expertise in. It's not something that you should just do, hire a volunteer for. You should really have professional expertise, and we've been doing this a long time and have hired the best, so it's definitely worth looking into, and we'll put the link to that accounting service below. But thank you so much, Catalina. That was really helpful.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
And you are welcome. And no doubt this is the first in many videos because we need to capture the 15 years experience and really share the valuable knowledge that you have. So thank you for coming, and we will speak soon. And thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. There's a wealth of content on this channel which will really help you manage your church, your ministry or your charity in the best way possible.